That's the design. Meanwhile, the wealthy figured out how to play a different rule book. They route money through businesses, then they write off expenses. They use tax codes written in their favor, and the result is that the rich often pay little to nothing, while the poor, again, those who are never supposed to be taxed in the first place, they end up carrying the load. Now, this isn't some wild conspiracy. It's design. The game was rewritten to make wage slaves the primary tax base and to let the wealthy slip through untouched. And here's something personal. Since I started my business this year, I've been also deep into tax planning. Now, to the untrained eye, it might look like tax avoidance or some secret that the ultra-rich use, but the truth is actually much simpler. So for example, I can now write off my home office, my laptop, even part of my phone though, all legitimate business expenses. These aren't shady loopholes. They're tools built right into the tax code. They're available to anyone with a business, not just billionaires. 100% legal and 100% intentional. Hard work plus blind tax obedience isn't noble. It's modern slavery. The system is designed to keep you tired and broke while the wealthy buy back their time. The real path to freedom isn't harder work, it's smarter systems. Build leverage. Keep more of what you earn. Stop glorifying exhaustion. Hard work won't set you free. Systems will. But there is one final lie that's more insidious than all the others combined. Because this one, it doesn't just keep you poor, it convinces you that being poor is somehow more noble. One of the most common things that broke people say is, money can't buy happiness. It sounds wise, I know. It sounds deep. It sounds kind of virtuous. But lack of money doesn't buy happiness either. What it buys is stress, sleepless nights, and regrets. Now, sure, you can't swipe a credit card and purchase joy. I know that. But money buys something far more powerful. Freedom, choices, security, time with your family, better healthcare, safer neighborhoods, education, opportunities. And all of those things directly affect your happiness. But society doesn't glorify this truth. Instead, it glorifies that poverty is somehow pure, as if staying poor is a badge of honor. Can you hear the wage slave programming in that line? Because if you truly believe that money doesn't matter, you'll never chase freedom. You'll settle for just enough to survive, and you'll keep clocking in decade after decade. And the second half of this lie is even more dangerous. I'll never be rich. If you say that long enough, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When I was at the university following the wage slave programming to a better life, get a good education, they said. I was in my final year and it just hit me. This degree, it wasn't going to give me a better life, just a better cage, a cubicle instead of a factory floor. That realization cracked something in me because I felt trapped before I even started. Like I'd spent years building my own prison because belief shapes behavior. If you think you'll never be wealthy, you'll never invest, you won't save money, you won't take risks, you won't even try. And that is actually the real tragedy, not poverty itself, but the prison of low expectations. And I know this because I once believed the same thing. I thought that my financial fate was already written, that I was designed to just work, earn, and survive. But the moment I stopped believing that lie, everything started to shift. One risk, one step, one decision at a time. Money itself, no, it isn't happiness, but it removes the obstacles that destroy happiness. Now, the truth about money is simple. It gives you options. The option to walk away from toxic people, to protect your family's health, to say no without consequences. That's not greed, that's freedom. And I'll never be rich? It isn't destiny, it's a decision. That lie says, stay in your lane, accept your fate, dream smaller. The truth says, create your own lane. Redefine your fate. Dream so big it scares you. Now, obviously, money won't guarantee happiness, but poverty guarantees suffering. And believing I'll never be rich is the final chain that keeps you locked in place. But now, you've seen all the 7 lies for what they really are, and once you see the chains, you can start breaking them. You know, most of you're gonna stop watching this video and do absolutely nothing. And I get it, because that's how social media works. Creators make content that hits your dopamine spot, you get a quick high, and then you move on to the next video. But I'm sort of hoping that a few of you will do more. That you'll take this as more than just a feel-good hit. That you'll grab a notebook, write down ideas, and start mapping out how to actually transform your life. Because the truth is, these lies surround us. They're in our schools, our families, our workplaces, our media. They're so normalized that most people never question them. But now you know, and you see them. And once you see the matrix, you can't unsee it. You can choose to keep believing the lies. They're comfortable, they're familiar, they're easy, I get it. Or you can choose the harder path, rejecting the lies, thinking for yourself, building wealth on your own terms. Now, it won't be fast, it won't be easy, but it will be yours. And that's everything. And to those of you who follow my journey for the last 2 years, you know this isn't just theory. I did start my own business. I did write a book that became an Amazon bestseller. I launched my own web shop, and I'm taking this channel to the next level. Am I free from wage slavery yet? No, but I've set a snowball in motion. And one day, that snowball is going to carry me out completely. And you can probably tell that I am motivated to build the skills that I need to escape. And my message to you, still watching this right now, is this: you can escape too. Look, I'm 43 years old. Some would say that's too old to start, but it's not true. I'm doing this now because I'm ready now. For some, that moment comes in their 20s, for others in their 30s, and for many it doesn't come until their 50s or 60s. The timing doesn't matter. What matters is that when you are ready, you begin. And no, I'm not trying to sell you some course. I genuinely believe in your ability to create a future where you're in control. So, take this as proof. If I can do it, starting from scratch, so can you. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button if this resonated with you. Subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, stay hungry, relentless, and strong in your journey of escaping wage slavery. Bye.